Hi guys, welcome to the Music B&B. I'm 315. Today we're going to be reacting to an artist known as Greg Barnett, who's released a 30-song album. 30 songs, yeah. That's a lot. There's a lot of music. But don't worry, we're not going to listen to this all in one go. No, this is going to be a 3-part. This is a trilogy. I am Frodo Baggins in this, and we are starting with the Fellowship of the Ring. I'll give my opinion as we go along, and then at the end, in the final video, I'm going to give a review of the album as a whole. Let's find out a bit more about Greg Barnett. Born in the UK, played piano from age 7, taught himself guitar during the 1960s. Greatest musical influences have been classical music, Great American Songbook, The Beatles, which I can kind of get the hint of from this album, Paul Simon, Joni Mitchell, CSYN, ELO, and Chicago. Lots of influences there. Greg trained in zoology, moved to IT, English wife and infants, migrated to Australia in 1981, initially in Melbourne. His last 30 years have been on Queensland Gold Coast. You know, it sounds mighty better than it is here at the moment. It's very cold. Once the pressures of career and family started to ease, long suppressed musical urges bubbled up. He co-wrote his first songs and recorded his first album in a commercial studio at the age of 50. Second co-write album occurred in 2015, but this time as a home studio production. Now age 70, he has never considered himself an artist, doesn't perform in public and has no fan base. Music is simply an itch that needs scratching, and I know exactly that feeling, definitely. I do not perform to any in public. I'm slowly gaining a fan base online, at least I think I am. My Spotify Wrapped had more than one stream, that's alright for me. Let's dive into it. The album itself is called Flat White, the well-known Australian coffee cup style, which Greg is addicted to, and the White Album is the name from the Beatles, which I was very easily picked up there. After accruing enough new songs for more than one album, and then more than two, Greg decided to cap the track count at 30, same number as on the Beatles' White Album. All of these songs were written during quite early mornings at a kitchen table, listening to the dawn chorus, drinking coffee, playing 12-string quietly and acoustically, and scribbling chords, lyrics, old style, using pen and paper. A week before commencing the final recording stage, Greg Barnett came off his motorbike at speed, came good after a few weeks of rest. So it goes to show how luck can influence whether an album gets completed and released. So let's start with the first song. It's called The Sea Bomb, which is a song about despair over climate change. So the climate bomb, maybe. Let's go.
Well, first of all, I'm not a believer in global warming. I'm not a believer in man-made global warming. It could be warming and it's going to start to cool.
Just like a sample from Inconvenient Truth.
Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. It's cold. It was dug up.
Okay, sounds like samples to do with climate change. Okay.
What we want crystal clear, clean water, right? Everybody. We want beautiful, right? We want beautiful air to breathe. We want safety. Other than that, that's what we want.
The climate changing has always been changing. There's never been a time when the climate hasn't been changing.
It's not a crisis. The climate's been changing forever, and it will always change.
It seems quite well produced at the moment.
Climate change, yeah. Will it go back like this? I mean, will it change back? Probably, that's what I think. And I believe we do have an impact, but I don't believe the impact is nearly what some say.
There was a time when we were blind. We believed that everything would work out fine. We know now nothing comes for free.
Nice sort of velvety, warm voice.
Plain to see. Why doesn't everybody lend a hand?
Seemed quite Beatles-esque. That's an opener.
Like a rubber band.
Okay, like in the lyrical imagery.
There's a point that will soon be past, and it will snap far too quickly to grasp. We don't care for nature. We continue to rape her. The sweet paradise.
Powerful lyrics there.
But it's not here for free. Wild place destruction. Concrete construction. That just turn your head and you don't have to see. The big men are saying you're wrong to be praying. It's a natural cycle.
Almost kind of sounds a little bit Paul McCartney-esque in the vocal tone.
Whatever the reasons for these strange altered seasons, nothing bad will be coming our way.
All of this with the global warming.
Now you managed to get this onto streaming services with the vocal samples. Must have got President Trump's permission.
Making industry, okay? It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
The almost 80s kind of synths there for the choir.
Start coming round.
This is a nice waltz.
The summer sun seems to hang around.
Sound clunky dragging on guitars. Doom, bap, boom. Yeah.
I'm much stronger now, but no one's asking why or how. The seas have started rising now. Mountain tops and icy caps are all melting now. But nothing penetrates our daily grind, because ordinary things fill our minds.
And about this point, I'm like hoping for like harmonies, you know, that because it is very Beatles-esque, almost expecting those harmonies, especially in the chorus,
It's all going wrong.
or at least like some singing an octave higher to marry those lower vocals together.
The tune of our own funeral song. It's all milk and honey when you walk.
Especially as the song gets more powerful and more rock and roll.
To believe. Because seeing what's right keeps you sleepless at night. Turns your mind, makes you roll up your sleeve.
The lyrics are so well thought out. Like these mornings spent writing down the lyrics pen to paper. What a great way to do things. I need to go back to doing that. Typing things up. Doesn't feel the same. Like in the solo.
So much to fix in this house made of sticks. A house that is owned by a clown.
You could have a house that is owned by a clown. Just like that high falsetto with the low would couple together quite nicely, I think.
Or down, the joke's on us.
What an epic number to open with. I mean, 5 minutes 50, you expect a lot of the listener. I know about a minute and a half of that was sampled introduction. What a big way to end it. I like it. Hey, I'm not musically trained, but you've got some great progressions there, definitely. Okay, this is called Old Love. Old Love. So Greg Barnett with Old Love. Old because I was in my late 60s when I wrote it. That's the reason why. So like the Beatles.
Here sitting on my own.
I wonder if there are ever any regrets of not having done it sooner.
A simple sort of solitude.
I think back to the stuff I've made now I'm in my 30s and I wish I'd done it in my 20s, you know.
The hummingbirds and butterflies. All the colors and sounds. Trees that soar into a clear blue sky. Lift me high when I'm feeling down.
This is beautiful.
I found the peace and harmony and all the little things that soothe the soul.
I love the descending sort of bass line on the guitar. Bum, 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 bum. Works very nicely.
I wish I knew this all before I got so old, wondering why I breathed these sighs and realized my happy cries were all about you. You know, I really do love you.
It's beautiful. It's funny because the first song, I kind of wished it was a little bit shorter at times. And then this one, I'm wanting more of that. Such a beautifully written melody. Great guitar part. Really nice chord changes. Beautiful. Okay, the next song's called Bubble Boy. It's about birth, life, death, trains, lights, and tunnels. Oh, the way birth, life, and death is like trains, lights, and tunnels. Sorry, I've got this like cheat sheet here that gives me a little bit of information about the music, but not everything. It does sound quite train-like.
I started life pushing through a tunnel to a light that was beckoning to me.
Started life pushing through a tunnel. Oh, I don't know. I was expecting lyrics like that today. So it's kind of like the metaphor of trains is like life. Go on.
Since then I've been locked in a bubble, so my eyes have never seen a world so full of wonder, waiting for me patiently, unaware of what I was missing. I was too wrapped up in me. I seem to travel in a straight line, buffeted by life side to side. I don't make time to smell the roses.
Like the it's almost like a train beat, but it's also like a heartbeat to do with life. It's good.
Waiting for me patiently, always blind to what I am missing. I am too wrapped up in me.
I don't forgot our second track in 3/4 already. It's quite a waltzy album so far.
The tunnel, and I know no time for regret. What's done is done. If that oncoming light can't be made to slow, my body will burn in the sun. And the universe will still be full of wonder, making new life patiently. From the slime, the lightning and thunder, to see all it can see. Something new will arise, more worthwhile, wiser, more grateful than me.
Like the almost crunchy sounding guitar here at the end. Interesting way to finish the song. I'm loving what I've heard so far. Also original, alternative, unique, lyrically outstanding at the moment. Favourite songs, Old Love. This is called Last Post. And the information I get on this is it's about the futility and outcomes of Jingoistic War. Jingoistic War? I've got to do some Googling, 1 minute. I'm liking the fanfare there.
It's always ever thus, that we send the best of us, torn from their mothers and their wives.
So, if you're an idiot like me, Jingoistic means characterized by extreme patriotism, aggressive, warlike foreign policy.
The rank and file from coast to coast give no thought as yet to their last post.
Very British sounding vocals.
Excited and eager-eyed, crossing lands and oceans wide, dying to join the dying trade.
Lovely beat.
Of gun and trenching spade. Patriotic fervour soon wears thin.
The
stale crumbs and
the highly British vocals in a poetic style, marrying very well with the rolling snare drum, painting the picture of this war, this army.
Tracer, mortar, bomb and mine. Kill or break the body and mind. Who is who and which is which in the fog of war and the fighting itch? No one cares and no one learns. There'll always be young lives to burn, discarded under foreign skies, deaf to the sound of the bugler's cry.
Getting quite political right now on the album.
Over and over.
I'm enjoying it.
And again.
I love political music myself.
Of our best young men, placed in danger and great harm by those of us home, all safe and warm. How many have been cut and slain to soak the ground in blood and pain, dying in waves or alone for most, each approaching their own last
Really nice piano keys.
bandage, stretcher, needle, stitch.
Almost, I don't know, I wouldn't say it sounds warlike in its melody now. It seems more,
when pawns on boards or specks
say,
on
kind of European folk.
Our decisions seem far less obscene. No honour, no rules, no cricket pitch.
Eastern European folk.
Only in a ditch.
Almost maybe Romanian
Flies and
in its
sand.
sounding.
Blood in eyes and guts in hand.
Very good.
What use the flag draped on a box to orphaned kids in bobby socks? A hero's tale that will only last until the winds of time redact the past. Too dumb when young, too wise when old, we decide on lives from half-truths told. And so again we'll send the best of us. Was it always ever thus? We still march in rank and file that modern times don't reconcile. Uniformed fish in a high-vis barrel, stalked by hate dressed in street apparel. Our rules of law and high-placed morals are no exchange for wreaths and laurels. To come back home to lives stripped bare, just medals, ribbons, and a 1,000-yard stare.
Wow. This is track 4. There's 30 tracks here. It's insane. I'm pausing for a second. When I first saw this and saw 30 tracks and thought about how I'd have to split this into 3 parts, as a listener, I thought, that's quite overwhelming. That is a lot to take in. And you never know what you're going to get. So you could have 30 tracks of absolute rubbish, poorly produced stuff. You could have 30 tracks of the exact same sounding songs. I've listened to 4 songs that have made me think, have moved me emotionally, have hurt me, have made me smile. It's only on track 5, just starting track 5. What I'm hoping for is that it continues in this vein, That isn't just, this is the crop of the best ones put at the forefront, and then the rest isn't up to that scratch. Or if it's this consistent throughout, then we're looking at a very, very good album considering the size. Let's carry on. This is Sunrise. Where's my background info on Sunrise? It's an instrumental. Okay. I love the experimentation. Sorry, microphone. My wondering is if this was made years earlier, would it have sounded the same? Would it have sounded different? Would the voice have been stronger? We know that with age, voices do change. You hear Paul McCartney now. He still sounds great, but it's a different voice. Very, very nice instrumentals. As an instrumental goes, 3.5 minutes can be a bit long. But I don't know what I'd add on this. Whether singing would be right. Couldn't have another poem straight after the last post. This is almost like the interlude, like, should go and get a drink while listen to this. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Someone that can't read and well, no, he can. Sorry, I read something wrong. It says can't read and listen to music at the same time. To give full attention to listening. I mean, the melodies, the leading notes, counter melodies, the majors, the minors. Such great, like, vision lyrically for everything. I hear those bass lines going in the background there. It's just, it's going everywhere. It's so grounded. That's something you have such an ear for. I envy that because I do not have the ear for those kind of melodies. That was a sunrise. You could listen to that with the sun rising. A well-named instrumental track. This is Down Here. The description just says Australia. Might be another thing I need to Google.
We love living in Australia. We love living down here. The rest of the world is second rate. 'Cause there's one thing I can tell you, mate, when we come back from overseas.
It's kind of like having a fascination with Australia. Australiana.
Outback dunnies, droughts and flood, peeling skin and boiling blood. Take me there if you please, my lad. I wanna go and live there. Ticks and spiders, stingers, snakes, googlies, leggies and off breaks. While light noise keeps you awake.
Is this Greg Barnett's Octopus's Garden?
We love living in Australia. We love living down here. The rest of the world is second rate. Cause there's one thing I can tell you, mate, when we come back from overseas. Back to
Is this the Ringo Starr contribution?
Australia. So come on and join us down here. Countries, wombats, koala bears, kangaroos bounding everywhere. Crocodiles fix you with a stare.
Sound effects, the attention to the sound effects is good.
Pacific,
Definitely.
Southern Ocean, rivers, deserts, suntan lotion, shrimp on the barbie and snags in a bun. Got no worries down here. We love living in Australia. We love living down here. The rest of the world is second rate. Cause there's one thing I can tell you, mate, when we come back from overseas.
This is the first track that we've got like more than one vocal.
Australia. So come on and join us down here. Boxing Day at the MCG, snakes in the grass and sharks in the sea.
I'm baffled that Greg Barnett hasn't performed live,
Living down here.
because these are the kind of songs people would love hearing.
Fun by the beach and the swimming pool.
I would go and listen to this
Nobody's
in a little bar somewhere.
living down here.
It'd be great.
Living in Australia.
Play some of this coupled with some covers. People would love it.
The rest of the world is second rate. Cause there's one thing I can tell you, mate, when we come back from overseas.
I just thought that I don't know what I'm expecting.
So come on and join us down
That's great.
Alice Springs.
I'm eager to know what comes next.
Beaches, Kakadu, Oodnadatta and Woolloomooloo. We love living down here. Melanomas, big beer guts, flies and mozzies drive us nuts. Losing at sport is a kick in the guts, but we love living down here. We love living in Australia. We love living down here. The rest of the world is second.
It would be nice to have a crowd of vocalists who sound Australian as well. Not to knock the British accent at all. I have one myself. I think this one needs to sound Australian, which is hard for someone who lives in Australia but doesn't have the accent.
We don't know the words of our national song, so come on over down here. Now we're not all perfect, and it's not all fun, but you can't help smile beneath the sun.
But I can guess that putting an Australian accent on
Well done.
would have been a bit odd.
And we'll keep living down here.
Probably frowned upon.
We love living in Australia. We love living down here. The rest of the world is second rate. Cause there's one thing I can tell you, mate, when we come back from overseas. Activities and activities. It's great to be living in Australia. So come on and join us down here.
I love it. I mean, the next song coming up as well, I never know what to expect now. The next song's called A Little Deaf, which is an old euphemism for a you-know-what. So yeah, see what happens. Oh no, sorry, I got it wrong. No, this is String Theory. The one after it is called Little Deaf. This is about troubled relationships as a sailing metaphor.
Lives full of different hope. Bring them together, and what do you find? It always turns up in time. Tangled lines, tangled arms, too many knots and lovers' qualms. We grabbed the cord and fell overboard in love. So many times, too many lies, lingering doubts that we can't rectify. Too many sighs and rolling eyes. It must be time for our goodbyes. Sailing on uncertain seas, can't fight the current or do as we please. The ropes bind us tighter, our love keeps us dry, although I'm wondering why. Stormy seas, broken broken keel, run aground.
I realise I haven't been saying much. I'm listening to the lyrics. Hear those sailing metaphors.
Though we're bound to fail. Heavy sighs, misty eyes, starting to sink and wondering why. So many times, too many lies. It must be time for our goodbyes.
In terms of creativity on this one, I'm not feeling it as much as the other tracks. I don't know why.
We can do anything.
It's a soft song. Its placement in terms of the track listing is fine because we've had something kind of funny and upbeat.
Twisted together, so close and neat that friction causes heat. Side to side,
I don't know what's missing or like what I need from this track.
with cries and frowns, side by side, you and I. Though I'm wondering why. So many times, too many lies.
Perhaps it's the music itself doesn't sound like a rocky ship or like a boat that's, you know, like a troubled relationship.
Must be time for our goodbye.
I think maybe it's that. Maybe it's the lyrics aren't matching the sound.
Wonder which is worse. Quantum laws for everything.
Like if it had started with sample of it, like a rocky C, and like a slower dum 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 dum, or something. I don't know.
But I can't. You still tie me.
I think it sounds more like a climbing mountain kind of melody. It's really weird for me to pick out something like that, but it is. Okay, now we're on to the Little Death. The Little Death.
A tightening of the chest, a shortening of the breath. I'm all confused and wondering, is this love or is this death? Blinded by lightning in my eyes, made deaf by thunder in my ears.
Nice lyrics again. The lyrics have been
Ice cold hand is
quality,
squeezing my
like,
heart.
really great imagery.
Eyes are drowned in tears. Different scenes and vivid dreams rush through my mind and out they go. It doesn't matter what you've come to know. Your paralyzed mind turned to dough. Expectations of something I should say make me stop, too scared to talk. I'm sinking fast, I'm lost in the dark, lacking spark and bobbing like a cork. A sudden widening of the eyes, emotions running wild, electric quivers in my thighs, feelings of another kind. Accelerates to overdrive. A vortex sucks me down its hole. I wait for the crash that will surely arrive. Spasm.
I find myself not talking too much and just focusing completely on listening to the lyrics.
I feel it's all coming to an end. That I'll soon be letting.
I'd say it's tastefully done, the metaphors, considering the theme of the
Look
track.
in my soul, but there's nothing there. Why I just don't know. Different scenes and vivid dreams rush through my mind and out they go.
Again, that descending chromatic bass line.
Come to know your paralyzed mind turn to dough. Once it's over and done, is it the same for everyone? Is this something in which you really believe? Or do you open that door and leave? What is this change come over me? A paradigm so plain to see. Behind your head a light shines high above. Is this
drum beat here.
Or is this love?
I've been bopping my head along to this one quite a bit.
What is this change come over me?
See those high notes? I think
Is this death
it would
or
have been nice to hear more of those at times, especially to fill those choruses. Okay, we're up to our penultimate track for part 1 of 3 of this album. Listen, this is called Guitar Suite. It's an instrumental, and it's 8 minutes 46. Is that right? No, it isn't. It's 3 minutes 34. Not quite right on the notes there. It's like for an instrumental. It's not that much. Funky bass lines again. Is it a MIDI bass line? Occasionally it doesn't sound like one, and then it does. Very uplifting positivity I'm feeling from this one. Overall, there are, I think, 7 instrumentals in this whole project. Good, just over 20% of the album, instrumentals. Whether they work in the kind of favour of the overall picture of the album. So far, it has. Sunrise has been nice. A nice welcome break after the first 4 tracks. Again, this one. It's nice. Nice little ditty. Going for it. On the instrumentals, the bass has just been going for it. I mean, as a guitarist, it's such a beautiful guitarist. Such an ear for those melodies and those progressions. Fantastic. And this is our last song for part 1. It's called Hamster Wheel. Let's find out what's Hamster Wheel about. It's about the 24/7 pressure of modern life. I'm liking this little sound effects there.
As my head hits the pillow, the sun shines in my room. I can't shake the feeling that I've gotta break the cycle soon. Feet never seem to touch the ground. Life keeps going round and round. The things I see are never real. Running in my hamster wheel.
I love the sound effects. That's very inventive, yeah.
A tiny cog is what I've been in a big machine I've never seen. Will my disquiet ever heal? Trapped inside this hamster wheel.
Oh, I like that synth. That synth feels like a 90s video game.
Is this as good as it ever gets? Will I ever feel free?
Almost got like the country music drums going on.
What about us and what about
It really does keep that pace up like the 24/7 hustle and bustle of life.
fast unseen to keep the world on an even keel? I must turn my hamster wheel. Will I ever get out that door? Uncertain, yes, but no shit on the floor. Completely down it, here but free seems better than the hamster wheel.
That synth's doing it for me.
Stuck in endless mundanity, about to lose my sanity. Striving, high-fiving, but no one's driving. What about us and what about me? I've been sleeping through my life and living in my sleep, drifting through my days and nights. Best not to think too deep. Entertainment, work and bills, love and hate, booze and pills. What's to lose, what's really there? The big wheel spins, but goes nowhere.
Okay. I like that. It was fun, it was inventive, had that great those great lyrics that I've come to expect now. Brilliant. Okay. We got to the first 10. We got through the first 10. We've completed the Fellowship of the Ring. Next is the Two Towers. I'm going to say overall, for these first 10 songs, I have been blown away. The inventiveness, the uniqueness of each track, how it flows, how it's pieced together so far seems brilliant, and I'm very hopeful for the final 2/3. So stick around for the next video. It'll be linked at the end of this. It'll also be linked down in the description below. If you like this and you're too excited to wait for the video, even though it's already on here, then you can also go and add it straight away to your streaming platforms. I'm going to wait till I've listened to the whole of this before I add it, but I really, really want to add this to my library right now because I'm enjoying it. Okay, I'm not going to say goodbye, I guess, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh my word.